So those were 4 phone calls, and I'm not the most polished person as a speaker, but I'm just having a dialogue with them. It's just pretty casual dialogue. It's very open. I'm very honest with them, but I'll show you a few things that I do. I'm going to bring up a property, and you'll hear me talk about the assessed value on the properties quite a bit. And typically, as I've shown you a few of these examples, properties are typically selling for about double of the assessed value. So just when I'm posturing with them, if I was to buy this one now and I was talking to the seller, I would say, I see that the appraiser has a property valued at $12,285. It's not my offer. I'm just sharing information what the assessor has their property valued at. If this was market value, I probably wouldn't share that information with them. But I'm also sharing with them, I may need to get a survey. So that what that does is give me 60 to 90 days to close. And I'll also ask them for their permission to visit the property. And the reason for that is they're going to get a letter and they're going to call you up and say, what's your offer? And so those are just some of the techniques I use there. And it's building rapport. If they live out of state, when was the last time you were in Pensacola? The other lady's mom was 90 years old. Mine's 92. We just trying to build some rapport besides just specifically talking about the property. Any comments or questions regarding that?
Hey, Michael, what would the survey cost you? And do you actually need to get the survey, or is that just part of your presentation?
Both. Usually I do not get a survey, but many times if it's a property I'm going to sell to a builder, they're going to get a survey before we close escrow anyway. So when I sell to Habitat for Humanity, I know that David, my buddy there, he's going to order a survey and it's going to take 2 months. If I'm, as soon as I get the property under contract, I'll let David know I'm getting it. I'll just order the survey right away. So to shortcut time, but they're typically about $700 to $1,000. Mine are just quarter acre lots, depending on what you have. They're not booked up quite as much as they were, but usually don't get a survey, as a matter of fact.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, unless I have like this property here, you can see it's just a rectangle, and they're all rectangles, so I'm not worried about where's the property line or anything like that. But if I'm getting out to a property and maybe it's irregular shaped or it's out in the country and I'm not quite sure where the roads are, I would order a survey, or if I'm going to sell it to someone like Habitat for Humanity.
Okay, good. Yeah, thanks.
You're welcome. But if anyone wants to role play, and I know that's not necessarily at the top of people's list, but just have a conversation. You can be the seller or the buyer. And it's actually easier to be the seller. You don't have to answer all the questions. I would be the buyer and I'd be asking you the questions.
Hey, Michael, I have a quick question.
Why, certainly.
Yeah, so from my understanding, if they're already owing a lot of back taxes, that's something that you would tell them off the gate, or you pretend that you don't know?
I would probably bring it up. And usually I'll ask them, can you tell me, are the taxes current or do you have any liens?